Hi, friend. I wanted to come back here today with an update. If you listened to the last announcement in September, you know I stepped away from the podcast because my father was unexpectedly placed on end of life hospice care. My dad passed away peacefully on October 25th, exactly 1 year to the day after my beloved mother in law passed. And it still feels surreal to say that out loud. He and I were incredibly close, and he lived with us for more than 20 years while my kids were born and growing up. And after that, he lived just a short walk away from us. So he was woven into the fabric of our daily life. And he was what I often referred to as my person. He's the one who taught me on a cellular level what unconditional love feels like. Not just as an idea, but as something I could feel in my whole body. When his cancer progressed quickly and he became completely bedbound, I stepped into the role of his full-time caregiver. So I spent the last 6 weeks of his life by his side, holding his hand, tending to his needs, and doing my best, just loving him through his transition. And as heartbreaking as those weeks were, they were also some of the most meaningful weeks of my life. During those final 6 weeks, we recorded little audio journals together. And they were simple conversations where he shared stories, reflections, and the kind of wisdom that comes from someone who has lived fully and loved deeply. He had his 80th birthday just 2 weeks before he passed away. So there's one little piece of journal that I wanted to share with you today, and I'm sharing it because it captures the essence of who he was, his tenderness, his gratitude, and the way he approached even some of the hardest things with acceptance instead of resistance. And I'm hoping that maybe his words will land for you the way they landed for me. And honestly, I just want to share his voice with others.
I realized this morning that I was no longer meditating on loving myself. And I wanted to avoid getting angry and blaming my body for not supporting me the way I'd like right now. And I realized I don't even know what it is that I like other than not be in pain and not to cause other people pain, and to appreciate all the things that I have had in my life. Look, I've got wonderful children. I've got wonderful grandchildren. I've got wonderful friends and associates. So I've been fortunate, very fortunate. And I want to say to my cancer, I love you. You're part of me. whether I like it, whether I want you to be or not, you are part of me. And it's a total mystery of what this relationship is all about. But I don't think fighting it is going to do any good. So I love you, cancer. I love you, family. I love you, universe. I love you, Jerry.
So that's my dad. And even at the end of his life, even in a great deal of pain, he met life with love. And so if you're walking through something tender in your own life right now, I hope his words offer you even a small moment of gentleness or spaciousness in your own heart. And thank you for holding space with me during this season of grief. I'm happy to share that my dad had a beautiful passing. It was peaceful, he was surrounded by family, and he was held with love. Both of my kids were there with us, and we sang to him as he went. It was truly sacred, and I will carry that memory with me forever. As a highly sensitive person, this grief that I'm experiencing is living in my whole body. It's not just in my mind or in my heart. And if you're someone who also feels deeply, you might be able to relate to that. How loss or just our strong emotions can feel like a full body experience. How the nervous system responds not only with sadness, but with fatigue and tenderness, with sensitivity to sound or energy, or just having the need for more quiet than usual. And for those of us with sensitive systems, grief asks us, and in fact, sometimes demands us, just to slow down, to move gently, to let the body lead. And that's what I'm doing my best to do right now. I'm honoring what my nervous system is asking for, and I'm trying to give myself space to feel what's here, what's present for me right now, instead of just pushing through it or pretending to be okay when I'm not. And so if you're walking through your own season of grief or change or transition, I truly hope that you will give yourself that same permission. And know that you don't have to bounce back quickly. You don't have to be strong in the way the world defines strength. Sometimes the most courageous thing we can do is soften, rest, and let ourselves be sensitive humans. So I'm going to continue this pause for the rest of the year, but I will be back with new episodes in the new year as soon as I'm ready and when I know that I can show up for you with the steadiness and the grounded presence that you deserve. So before I go, let's take a breath together. I invite you to just allow your shoulders to drop and let your jaw and your belly soften. Let your exhale be just a little longer. And if you're carrying any heaviness today, just notice the way your body responds as you breathe. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for allowing me this space to grieve. And truly, thank you for holding space with me. I'm wishing you peace and gentleness through the holidays, and I'll be back with you in the new year.